Let's be honest. In our crazy, fast-paced world, finding a real, genuine connection can feel, well, almost impossible, right? But what if I told you there's a path to that deep connection hidden in two ancient arts? Today, we're diving into Tantric Shibari, a practice where the art of rope and the art of breath come together in this incredibly powerful way to find presence. I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's not just about learning a skill, it's about making an offering. It's framing these practices as a kind of oasis, a deliberate escape from all the noise of modern life. It's a way to find real meaning in a world that just refuses to slow down. So let's get started. We're looking at two practices that, on the surface, seem like complete opposites. You've got one that's all about rope and constraint, and another that's all about breath and freedom. Okay, first up, Shibari, the art of rope. And to really get what this is about, we've got to look past the stereotypes and dive into its surprisingly deep, artistic heart. You know, the name Shibari is so beautifully simple. It literally just means to tie. But that simplicity, well, it's hiding a lot. This isn't just about tying knots. It's a practice that's part art, part meditation, and it's built completely on the connection between two people. And the history of Shibari is just fascinating. It started out as Hojo Jutsu, which was a practical martial art for samurai. I mean, we're talking about capturing prisoners. From there, it slowly morphed into the visual, aesthetic art of Kinbaku. And then finally, it landed where it is today, a practice where the relationship, the connection itself, is the real work of art. So what's the philosophy driving all this? The most important thing to get is that this is not about power or domination. It's a silent conversation. The goal is to create a living sculpture that only exists for a moment. It's all guided by this beautiful Japanese idea of wabi-sabi, which is all about finding profound beauty in things that are imperfect and fragile. And let's be crystal clear, none of this, not one bit, is possible without that last point. It is the absolute foundation, clear, enthusiastic, and ongoing consent. Which brings us to the other half of this equation, Tantra, the art of presence. So if Shibari is the physical art, you can think of Tantra as the energetic one. And I know, that word, it comes with a lot of baggage. So let's kind of push all the misconceptions aside and get to what it really is. The word Tantra itself, it's from Sanskrit, and it means to weave or expand. And that's really the entire philosophy in a nutshell. Weaving every single part of your life, especially physical sensation, into one single path toward a bigger, more expanded consciousness. And here's the most radical idea. The body isn't some problem to overcome. No, it's the sacred temple where enlightenment actually happens. So how do you actually do that? Well, these principles are the guide. It's all about using your breath as an anchor to this very moment. It's about focusing on the flow of what's called prana, life force energy, moving through you. But the biggest takeaway, the real game changer, is that last point. Any action, when you do it with total 100% presence, can become a meditation. It's about making the ordinary sacred. Okay, so we've got the physical art of the rope. We've got the energetic art of the breath. Now for the magic part, where these two worlds meet, and the rope actually becomes a channel for presence itself. And this is the central question, isn't it? On the surface, it makes no sense. How on earth can physical constraint lead to a feeling of energetic freedom? It feels like it just shouldn't work. But the secret, the entire key, is found in the intention behind it all. That intention is built on these three pillars. It's about a deep, unwavering respect for your partner's body, their limits, their emotions. It's about seeing the rope not just as a tool, but as a direct channel for energy. And of course, it all comes back to consent. Not as a one-time yes, but as this living, breathing, sacred conversation that never stops. And this right here, this shows you that beautiful dynamic in action. The practice creates a space to play with these classic energetic poles. You have the rigger, who embodies that active, structuring yang or Shiva energy. And then you have the model, who embodies the receptive, flowing yin or Shakti energy. The rope becomes the physical bridge that connects these two worlds. So, how do you actually do this? How do you put it all together? Well, it's not a mechanical process, not at all. It's about transforming a simple interaction into a true ritual, where every single action, every step is packed with intention. What's so amazing here is that the ritual begins long before a single rope even comes out. These steps are all about building a container, a safe space of trust and presence first. By the time you get to breathing together and sharing a simple gaze, you've already built this powerful energetic connection. The tying, that just makes it visible. And this is so important. The ritual of untying is just as sacred as the tying. The experience doesn't just end when the ropes come off. It needs to be integrated. This part, often called aftercare, is about finishing the story with the same amount of presence you started it with, making space for quiet, for care, and for reflecting on the journey you just took together. And this really gets to the soul of the whole practice. The marks on the skin, they fade. But that imprint, that echo of the connection, that stays with you. It's such a powerful reminder that the real intensity isn't about how complicated the knots are. It's about the simple but profound quality of being fully, completely present with another person. So I want to leave you with this one thought to carry with you. We're all taught to think of constraint and freedom as total opposites. But what if that's not the whole story? In a world that so often feels like it's pulling us apart, maybe, just maybe, the true opposite of being constrained isn't freedom, but connection.